Hey guys, it's Robin. Thought it's about time to go ahead and make another adventure video. I haven't been making them because I've been almost out of money, and so I've been being really careful with not spending too much and stuff. That's why I've been in the same area for a while and you guys haven't seen any new posts and stuff, is because, well, like I say, I've kind of ran out of money and I'm trying to scrape up enough for my next set of bills and then figuring out my insurance and all that. And I just didn't really want to post about it because I know it's going to all work out, but while it's going on, it's like, well, I don't know what to do. So I kind of got my sign today for, okay, it's time to go. I've been asking the universe, like, so like I know the money stuff's gonna work out, but like, you guys know how it is. Like when you have a job and you know you don't want to be there anymore, so you know you have to quit, but it's so scary to just do it, even though you know something will be lined up. That's kind of how it's been, is like, I don't even have enough for my bills yet, and Instacart had not been paying out very well, so I'm getting really scared. And like, if my insurance, if I can't get that fixed, then I might not even be able to do Instacart. So I only have like 2 or 3 weeks to figure that out. So like in 2 or 3 weeks, I'm like, I have to make enough money to pay all the bills, plus enough for like maybe the next month in case I can't. So I've been like going, oh my gosh, what do I do? So I hadn't wanted to make videos and like put that out there, because like I was feeling a way about it. Like I've been really stressed, like really stressed. But at the same time, I've been looking at it like full picture. So like, I knew it was going to be okay. I can see my higher self and that I'm okay and everything's fine. And so I know it's going to be okay. I just don't know how it's going to work. And while I'm in it, living it, it's really stressful. You guys know. But yeah, kind of like a movie, when the types of movies that start out by, they show the very last scene and you see the heroes all okay and stuff. But then through the whole movie, they just have horrible stuff. You're like, oh my gosh, they're going to die. But you know they don't, because you already saw the end. That's kind of how it is like, I already know the end. I'm okay because I can, like, my higher self helps me and sees me. So I know I've got through it and I'm cool and stuff. And I just kept telling myself, and it's like, I know it, but at the same time, I just, like, I'm all nervous, you know? And so the universe has been giving me so many signs, and like, I know everything's okay and stuff. But like, I finally, I was like, I gotta have, like, I want a person to tell me. I'm like, I've had it happen before, like I told about the subway story, how somebody came, was just like, everything's gonna be okay. I was like, I really need something like that. Like, I've been doing this now for like 6 months and doing my videos and stuff's been kind of lining up, but now I'm at the end again where it's looking like I'm almost screwed. But like, it's happened so many times and then I'm fine, but it gets to that and I'm like, I'm really scared, I need confirmation. So anyway, somebody today needed to jump for their car, and so I went over and helped them, and they were doing Instacart and stuff too, and talked to me about it a little bit, and it was like all the confirmation I'd been like really hoping for. Like, it was like, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for this person. Thank you so much. I feel so much better. And like, because I already knew this stuff, I already trust and everything, and so then I feel really bad when I get to a point where like I'm getting scared and stuff, because I feel bad that like, why can't I get myself to trust when I know I trust? And so I was kind of getting on myself for that, and I kept on working really hard and be like, nope, everything's gonna be okay. So I got my sign today and everything's, I feel so much better. And like, I've been wanting to drive and go somewhere, but I honestly, guys, I've been scared to like leave, because like I am like, I'm so low on money, and like I've been having this faith for like 6 months now out on the road, like hardcore doing this, and I'm loving it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's so fun, but it's hard. Like, I get really lonely. There's like nobody to really talk to who gets it and knows what's going on. And so I just kind of keep hoping and praying it's going to work. And I've been wanting to make videos to show you guys, like go cool places and show you guys stuff. But like, I'm just making enough to kind of scrape by. But I'm really feeling, so the reason I'm sharing this is because I've been really like, I didn't know if I wanted to really get into it or not, because I don't like, nobody needs to feel bad for me or like need to like fix it or nothing like that. it's already like whatever's gonna happen is gonna work is already out there working. Like whatever I'm supposed to do or be hooked up or whatever is already exist. I just have to be freaking, I have to take that jump and fucking just go. And I'm really scared to do it. And so I'm telling you guys what's going on so that I'm gonna do it. And then I will actually record what happens and show the stuff, and I'll finish this video up and stuff so that I keep gonna do this, and then I get really scared, and so I either will go ahead and go, and then I hadn't made a video and cool stuff happens, and this time the universe is like, no, this time you gotta actually record while you're scared and all that. And sorry, I keep getting my laundry in the back. I've been, when I'm doing my Planet Fitness, I've been washing some of my clothes while I'm doing my showers. Because I mean, I could probably spare $5 to go do a load of wash, but like, I'm kind of saving every penny at the moment for like gas and food just in case. And then at the same time, I just ain't had time to go sit at a laundromat and do the whole thing, because like, I've been doing Instacart from the second I wake up till I go to sleep. And I feel silly because I did those other travel videos and I had enough money that if I wouldn't have done those, I probably could have been good this month. But something kept telling me, nope, you're good, just do it. And then by the time it's for these next bills, it's gonna be good. And so we'll see, guys. I'm gonna go travel and we'll see. And well, I mean, not that we'll go see how it works out, because I know it's gonna work out. It's just, let's go find out how. So I am going to head, I think I'm gonna go north. That's another thing too, is I don't want to go too far north because I don't want to be cold, because I don't know how the money situation's gonna go, and if it really got to the point where like I lost the car or something, like I'd like to be somewhere where it's warm just in case. And then also, like, I would like to start heading towards the East Coast and like go see my aunt over in Massachusetts. And then like, even though it's still cold, I could like totally head there, like see her by like Halloween, and then like head down towards, I'd love to go down towards Florida. My uncle's down there. I'd love to go see them for like, I don't know, holidays or something. That'd be fun, going down there and just go do like the South States and come see you guys and stuff. I'm figuring out what's going to happen with money. Like, I've still been working on my art and trying to get the podcast going. Well, not trying, it is. I got the first episode of the podcast out if you guys want to check that out. And I've got a bunch of people lined up to interview. It's just a matter of lining up so that we can all do our thing. So that's cool too. If you guys want to do interviews while I'm traveling around, let me know. That'd be fun. Talk about all the cool, weird stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of go drive north a bit, go find some other stores to do some Instacart at. And I mean, until the universe shows me something different, I'm going to just keep doing Instacart and doing what I'm doing. And I'll keep doing the podcast videos, do those with you guys. And then I'll just kind of keep making little videos and posting cool stuff as I see it. And as the things happen to unravel, so that I can, because eventually I ain't gonna do no more Instacart. I'm gonna keep making videos for you guys, and I'm gonna find the right people that want to do the videos with me and get all that going, and we're gonna go make our awesome My Little Pony town. I don't know if have I talked about my Little Pony town I want to create yet? I don't know. That's a fun one. So yeah, I'm gonna go drive around and see what I find. You know, I was going to say I'm nervous and scared, because I have been nervous and scared the last couple days and crying a whole bunch and stuff. But now that I'm actually at the point where I'm doing it and I'm making the video and I'm going, like, I know that the universe is going to catch me, and I'm going to end up, something cool is going to happen where, I don't know, I'll get a call from my mom and like somebody donated or something, or like, I don't know, maybe I'll get a really good tip on an Instacart, or maybe I get called to buy a scratch ticket and it's the winner, or like, I don't know, it's going to be cool. And I'll keep making videos and show you guys what happens. It'll be fun. And yeah, so let's see what goes on. See you guys soon. Let's head to the beach, shall we? guys can't hear me breathing. Just trying to make it like you guys are on the walk, you know?
Yeah. And then he was like, you know, as mine gets older, it gets better.
I'll take my shoes off for this.
Just used it as like a...
Just realized I forgot to grab my coat, darn it. And it gets cold as the sun's going down now. So how cool is this? I just drive around and find little places, and that's my home for the night. It's like the whole world's my home, and my car is my bedroom. Like, doing the Instacart's kind of, it's alright, it's fun because I get to go see cool places, but like, it takes up all my time that I could be making videos like this. Because like, even when I'm doing Instacart, I'm still enjoying it because like I can just come look at this stuff all the time. Because like I did Instacart sun up to sundown, and then like I can't make videos while I'm doing it because I'm watching for orders. So like if I try to do a video and an order pops up, like, you know, and then like trying to do my painting, I can't really set it up because then when I get an order and have to try to put it all away, or I'm in the, you know, middle of a painting and have to pick it all up. So I didn't have to do Instacart so often, I could make these videos to show you guys, and so eventually that's what I'll get to. Something will happen and that'll be fun. So eventually I'll just have ones like this all the time. I'll show you guys the spots that I go pick and where I'm at, and you guys could like try to guess where I'm at if you want, or like let me know some cool places and where you think I should go and help me get there. Or like when I'm coming through, come say hi. Show me cool places, you know. And this is free, it's so cool. You're just, oh, look at these birds coming by. Eventually I'm gonna just do this, and I won't be just in the one spot once I can afford to go further places, and you know, it builds up and stuff, and eventually I'll go see all the places, and in the meantime I'll come say hi to you guys, and you can tell me all about your cool stories of what you've got going on in your life, and like what got you to start doing what you love. Ooh, look at this seagull coming in. Bird's cold. I wish I brought my jacket. It's so windy. Yeah, I just come out and look at stuff, and when it gets dark I go walk back and just get in my car and go to bed. Just realized I should be filming while I'm walking. I started walking down the beach and realized that's what I should have been doing while I was talking. So hey, let's go look. Bunch of surfers out there, that's fun. You can see them. Let's see if I can get closer. I have my shoes. Somebody that wants to come film this stuff and go travel around with me, you help film it, and I'll just go do the stuff. Ooh. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Maybe you can. I don't know. It's so windy. Yeah, I just come out and look at stuff, and when it gets dark I go walk back and just get in my car and go to bed. guys! So I'm gonna wrap this adventure video up a little shorter. I was gonna try to do like throughout the whole week and then you guys could see all the stuff happening, but I'm running out of storage on my phone and I can pretty much only do one video at a time. So doing this one and I was gonna have like little videos and save them and keep adding them up and then post this as one big video and then in between do little videos. But my phone just doesn't have enough storage on to do more than one at a time. So I'm going to wrap this one up and get it posted. And then there'll be a part 2 to show you guys how all the stuff manifests. Like, I don't want this to be one where I'm just like complaining about stuff, you know? So, all the stuff I'm putting out, the reason I'm saying it all is to show you guys how the universe is going to work it all out. So it'll be super fun. But anywho's so far I was in Carlsbad is where I started near San Diego, and I've just been driving. I'm not even really sure exactly where I am. I think the last thing I saw was Newport Beach, and then I've been going a little since then. So I think I'm closer to like LA than San Diego now, but I just don't know for sure exactly where. I've just been kind of following the signs and going where I'm going. I'm just chilling at a store at the moment, and I'm gonna do some Instacart after this. But I figured for the rest of this adventure video, I'll tell you guys kind of like the stuff I'm trying to manifest, and then I'll answer questions from like people that have asked me some questions. And then I got some on my last video that I just posted about how I do my morning and nighttime routine for getting my car ready for sleeping and stuff. So I got some questions for that. I'll answer those, and then I have give you guys an update. So the other videos I'm wanting to make, I've had a few people ask me about what Instacart is, so I think it'd be fun to do one where I'm able to record my screen. So I think I'll do one where I can record. You guys can watch me how I pick my orders and stuff. But just a quick little blurb on kind of what it is it's an app that people can get their groceries. So kind of like Grubhub or DoorDash, Uber Eats, those kind. But it's for like grocery stores, and it's a whole bunches of different grocery stores. And then there's like Petco and PetSmart, and like alcohol places like Venmo or Total Wine. It's different places in all the different states. Like Spokane, Fred Meyer was my favorite in Spokane, and then like Safeway and Albertsons were those were my favorites in Spokane. And then like in California, I've been really liking like Sprouts and Vons. Those have been pretty cool. And what's cool too in California is you can do Walmart, which I haven't, but it's just neat because Spokane doesn't offer that one, so that's neat. There's a lot more options here. But anyway, people do their orders, and then that's one app. You have an app where you can go in and do orders. Then there's another app for people who are working them, and the orders pop up and I can see what they are. It shows me how much I would get to do that order, how much money, and then it shows me how many items, and then how far the distance is. And then you can click on that and it kind of shows you how far away it is. And you can kind of zoom in to see if it's like a house or an apartment if you want. But usually you got to pick them pretty quick because like other people see these orders too. So you're kind of like fishing. So if you see a good one, you got to click it and like get it really fast. Otherwise other people take it and you miss that one. So you got to kind of like, it does show you how many items. And then when you click on it, you can go in and actually see what the items are. So I like to, because there's some I just don't like to do. Like I don't like doing the ones where you have to go to the deli and ask them. Like a lot of people will order like lunch meat, and I hate having to go up and order it because then you have to stand and wait for it. Or you can order it and then go do your shop and come back. But I don't know, I don't like doing those ones. So I like to kind of peek and see if it's stuff like that. But you don't always have time to, like, if it's a really good one, if it's like 3 items for $40 because someone's doing a really good tip, then you want to take it real quick. Who cares what those 3 items are sometimes, you know? But like I had one yesterday that I took that it was for $47 for it was 32 items, and I usually don't do a ton of items, but it was such a good tip. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And then I took it and didn't realize that it was only 30 items, but a lot of them, they wanted like 4 or 5 of each. So it ended up being like 60 items total. So my whole car was just totally packed, but it was cool because then I made almost $50 in like an hour and a half worth of work. So that was a really good one. I appreciated that one. So that's a cool thing the universe hooked me up with. The ones in Carlsbad weren't too bad, but people were like super entitled there is like what I felt like. So a lot of them like just expected it and weren't really tipping super great, which that's okay. If you can, you can. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. Everybody's, you know, doing their own thing. But for me, like Instacart only pays $7 per order. And so if there's no tip on it and it takes you an hour to do it, you only made $7 to do that order. And you drive to the store, you find parking, you park, you go into the store, you go through and you find all the items, then you come back out and you got to go find the house. And sometimes it's a pain in the butt. You'll get ones where it's the apartments that are like blocks of them and you don't know which ones. You have to go all around. Like, it's not always super easy. Or like some of the items you go in to find and they'll be like on an end cap randomly somewhere. So you're just going around the store searching for stuff sometimes. And like a lot of Instacart people, you can, if the items aren't there, you can just be like, meh, and then delete it and not do it. But I like to try to go above and beyond and like really hook it up. Like if I can't find the item, I always message the person and be like, is there something else you would like? That kind of stuff. I'm always messaging. In fact, when I start my orders, the first thing I do when I get in the store and I start my order, I send a message and be like, hey, this is Robin doing your stuff. Let me know if you need anything and I'll keep you updated. Do that. I just do that. And then I keep them updated throughout. And then when it's time for me to deliver my orders, I always send them a message, give them an ETA on how long it's going to be. And the Instacart, as I'm doing stuff, it kind of updates them. But I like to be personal and actually send them little messages and stuff. Because, like, I do it the way I would like it. Like, when I was living in Spokane, I purposely ordered from Instacart a couple times to see what it was like. And then the parts that I would have like being updated, knowing where the stuff is and when it's coming, like I know I would have enjoyed being updated, so I do that for people. And then like I had an item on there that I really wanted, but they must not have been able to find it. They just took it off and they never messaged and been like, can I get you something different or anything like that? And so I like that. I would like to get something else, you know. People pick out the things they want because they need them. Like let's say they're making tacos and they're out of the taco shells they want, and you get all the stuff but the tacos and you get the stuff to them and then how they make the tacos. So you want to message and be like, you want chips instead, or you know, whatever. So I do that. And then I have these little cards I make. Oh, it's backwards on there, but it says have a great day. So I put those in every single one of my orders. And then I also have, I meant to show, I've got it, you can kind of see it way back there sitting on top of my bathing suits. I put together these, I get little notepads that about that size and then a pen. And then I put one of my little cards on them and I wrap a little bow around them. So the ones that I end up, like if they're tipping really good, I'll put them in. Or if like we've been chatting through the store because maybe I couldn't find an item and then we just keep chatting. Sometimes it's really fun. Like one time I had somebody that it wasn't for her, it was going to her daughter. It was her daughter's like graduation or birthday or something. But they didn't have like the flowers she wanted. So I ended up sending her pictures of all these different ones. And then she got a pic and then she's like, you know what, let's add some candy. So we went around and added some candy to it. And I took pictures of the candy and sent them to her. And so sometimes there's fun personal ones like that. So like for that one, I actually took one of my cards and added a little, again, I can't remember if it was birthday or graduation, but I added a little happy birthday on or whatever it was, threw that in there. So I try to make it really fun. And like there's stuff that super sucks about Instacart. Like, if you need help with anything, so like, let's say I'm in the store and the internet stops working and I can't use it. There's no phone number to call them to Instacart to get help. You can only text in the app to get help. They have a new feature now that if it's during your order while you're in the middle of doing an order, sometimes you can call, but it's like if they're available. Normally you have to text. So like there's been times where I'm up at the till and like I had somebody one time, you can do up to 3 orders at a time. I try to do the ones that are just 1 or 2. I hate doing 3, but I was doing 3 one time. And so I had it on the belt and then I had a bar between it and then the next order and then a bar between it so that I could do them as 3 orders. And I went up to do it and the person pulled the bar out, pushed all my stuff up and just started scanning it through. I said, dude, this is 3 different orders. And yeah, we can't do that. It's like, it's Instacart, dude. People do it all the time. And so all my stuff was messed up. And so I had to like figure out how to do it all in the different orders. So I couldn't just call Instacart and be like, hey, can you send it back the stuff to me so I can get this all, and I had to sit and text through this whole thing. And they'd already started like ringing me up, so I had to like figure out how to, oh my gosh, it was such a pain in the butt, and you can't just call and be done. You have to text all the little things. So that kind of stinks. I'm not super fan of that, but I mean, I definitely, if I did it different, I could definitely, I'd do a lot of stuff different with it if I could. That'd be fun. But yeah, so that's kind of a blurb about Instacart. I just said a bunch of random stuff that you guys probably have more questions about it, but I'll make a whole video of it where I, like I said, I'll screenshot kind of and show you how I pick them and how I go and all that. So it's pretty fun. I like it. But yeah, so let's see my other questions. So there's ones, I've had a few ask that I'm going to make a whole video on them, but I'll put them here now so you guys know what's coming up. Somebody asked me, they want to know my views on the new Earth and what it's going to like look and feel like. So I want to do a whole video about that. And then they also want to know like about the presence of angels and the relationship with the quantum world. And so that's something too I'd love to talk about, because like that stuff I think about all the time, and like new Earth, all that stuff, but I'm not sure how to verbalize it and talk. So I was hoping for my podcast, I actually have 2 or 3 people lined up that would totally love to talk about that kind of stuff. So I might make my own video of just kind of like my own views and stuff and try to just do the words the best I can. But I'd like to do that as a podcast one too, and actually talk with people that have like done more research on it and like understand it a lot better, so that we can get some really good information on those ones. But oh my gosh, super excited to talk about that. And then I've got another friend that asked me to make one about like dreams and how dreams relate to real life. And then I thought that'd go really good with the quantum stuff and angels and stuff, because that has to do with dreams. Like that'd be all of that together. Like if I start talking about that right now, it's going to be a whole hour. So I'm going to wait on those ones and do a whole video on that stuff. But oh my gosh, guys, thank you so much for those ideas, because I love that stuff and I'm totally going to make videos on those. But the ones I'll answer now is, so for my last video, somebody asked me how I do all my tech and all that. And then how long I've been living in my car, and then the potty situation, what I do with that, and then the Instacart. So I answered the Instacart. I'll talk about the tech first, because that's something that I'm wanting to manifest and something I've had been stressing about, which I'm not now, but when I started this video, that first bit that I posted, I was still kind of in scared mode. But by the end of that little bit of video I did, I was already feeling better. Now I've drove here and I'm feeling better, and stuff's already doing better. Like the Instacart orders, getting that one yesterday for almost $50. Feeling so much better with that. But yeah, so for the tech, I am just using my cell phone. Eventually I would like to have a laptop so that I can like get the videos on there and like do more with them, and I could do cool like breakaways to the next video and like maybe put some music in it or something, or I don't know, I don't want to do a ton. I really like doing these really long ones where I don't cut stuff and edit. Like I don't want to ever do that. I don't want to do a ton of editing and stuff, because I like you guys to see these long like just, I get an idea. Sometimes I'll do a few notes. Like you can see, I just have a few little notes. And then I like to just let the universe kind of go through and help me figure out what all to say. And it's just all the stuff. Kind of like how Quentin Tarantino does in his movies. He likes doing the really long ones. So I guess I kind of got that idea from there. But also at the same time, I don't know how to do any of this. I knew I wanted to make videos, and so I just jumped right into it, and I've been figuring out as I go. So far, all I really know how to do is I know how to do like make a bunch of videos, and then I can put them together. And then like I know how to like I can trim the front or the end off a video, but I still haven't really figured out how to like edit in the middle or anything. I kind of figured out, so for my last video and for this video, I did a big long one of getting the car ready, and then I walked down to the beach. So I was able to like split that one in two and do put the getting the car ready in that video, and then the part down on the beach I'm putting in this video. So I'm kind of figuring that stuff out. But like I say, some of the stuff I'm wanting to manifest is, cause like my phone's actually really good. It's less than a year old. It's just, I do a lot of videos, so it's getting full. but I really like to get a GoPro so that I can go out and like hike and stuff and show you guys that and like do that. And then when I'm driving, I want to be able to get better videos of the scenery as I'm driving, and then like a selfie stick so I can be walking and you guys can see, and then like, you know, like a laptop and just extra storage and just stuff so I can make these videos better for you guys. That said, I am totally cool doing it like this on the phone. I think this is fun. Do it like Blair Witch Project without the scary ghost. Well, some ghosts, but not scary ones, right? All good stuff. But yeah, so that's the tech side, and like I don't really know how else to do it anyway. I gotta figure it all out. So like the storage thing, I did spend a little bit to get my iCloud space or whatever it is, so I can try to put my pictures and stuff in that and then have more space in my phone, but I couldn't figure out how to like log into it, and I don't know how to do all this stuff. So I'm figuring it out, but that's part of my adventure, and why I'm putting this in the adventure video is that's what we're gonna figure out. Is either this stuff will come along, either I'll somehow get enough money to get this stuff, or it'll be like at a thrift store really cheap, or I don't know, however that happens. Or I'm really feeling like I'm gonna meet somebody, and I would love to have like a partner that comes around and does this with me. And I'm really feeling eventually I'm gonna run into somebody who's doing the exact same thing and having the same kind of like problems that I'm having, where it just would be nice to have someone else. So we'll like split it up and be able to like do half and half. And it's just gonna happen that the stuff I'm not really good at, they're going to be good at, and the stuff they're not good at, I'm going to be good at. It's just going to work out perfect. So that's another thing I'm throwing in this video, so that when that happens, I can be like, check it out, guys, that thing happened. So that's why I'm saying, like, when I'm posting this kind of stuff, I'm not doing it as complaining. I'm doing it to show you guys. So like, whatever it is, what your dream is, and you're getting scared to go start and do it and all that, you have to just kind of jump in and then trust that it's going to do it for you. So that's what I'm doing. That's with the tech. If you have any other questions or any advice or any of that, let me know. And then I'll talk about the potty situation. So let's say I got to go potty right now. I'm at a store, so I'm going to just run in and go potty at the store. But there's times like when I'm at the parks and stuff, a lot of times they have like potties. But like when I go out and I'm just in the middle of nowhere, my seat actually goes down really low, and all my windows are really dark. So a lot of times I'll just kind of sit right here in my chair and kind of get up on my feet and squat, and I can do it right here in my car. I've got honestly, I just have cups. I'm not going to show you my cups, but I just have big cups, and I have one that I usually use and just wash it all the time and keep it really, really clean. And then I have backup here. These ones are brand new cleans. I can show you. I just use these great big McDonald's cups, and I have these sitting here in my extra just in case. I have one that it has my straw. That's my drinking one, so I know. And then I have one that I just have up here just in case if I need an extra one. I hardly ever do, so there's just always that one sitting up there. But if I need other ones, the one that I have been using for water, I'll pull the straw out, and that one will get sat next to there to be my extra. And then I'll just go to McDonald's and get a cup of ice water, and then I'll order something with it, so I'm not like just being a bum asking for ice water. But yeah, so that's what I do with the cups. And I most of the time I'll go into stores and stuff, but like if I'm traveling and I'm driving, and like when I feel that call and stuff, I don't want to stop. Like I'll drive for like 4 or 5 hours straight sometimes. Well, even like if I go coast to coast, like I've been really itching to go to the East Coast. So like if I get the call to go there, I will get up in the morning and then drive for as long as I possibly can until I'm just too exhausted, and then I pull over somewhere and sleep, and then I get up and drive again. The fastest I've done it, I did the East Coast, I think it was like 3 days. I did it from Washington to Connecticut. I did it like 3.5 days. It was pretty sweet. And so those times I'll just pull over on the side of the street, lower my car, pee, and dump it and go. Oh, that's another thing too, like for disposal, I am always very, very kind about it. Like I don't go like do it in spots that would be offensive or anything. I find good grassy spots where there's not people, and you know, just a lot of times like there's dog parks everywhere. So a lot of times I'll do them over in there because I figure, you know, there's dogs that are going potty there anyway. And then for number 2, I've got my, I got my bag that I leave. I always have one right up there for if it happens at nighttime. There's like a surprise one, or like in the morning, and then I just, right in that little spot there is where I squat. During the daytime, I've never, like, if I have to during the day, I go into stores. Like, I prefer not to do number 2 in the car because not a lot of space, but I mean, there's times where you gotta do what you gotta do. So here, I'll show you what I do. I'll put this in my little, that thing. So I got bags kind of stored all over just in case. So here's another one. But nope, I'll just take the bag and then I'll take on my paper towels right now. Shwinks. Ooh. And I put a couple, not a ton because the bag's pretty good, but just, I don't know, I like to. And then there you go. I go back there and squat, put it under, catch it, and then you know, tie it up. And then I've got a plastic bucket thing I can put it in so that it doesn't like smell the car up. And then I immediately go, and again, I try to go to like dog parks because then you're already throwing that kind of stuff in the garbage, and then that way whoever has to change it, they already expect for stuff like that. So it's not like I wouldn't throw it away like as I'm walking in a grocery store or something. That would be super rude. So, but yeah, that's what I do. But there's tons of different ways. They actually do make stuff for like little porta potties and stuff for cars that you could get. Over all the years of doing this, because like, yeah, I've only been in my car like this for 6 months. Is just another question, so I'll get to that, a full thing on that. But even when I was in my RV, like my mom gave me a porta potty I could use. My RV had a potty, but if I would have used it, I'd have had to drive the RV to go dump it, so I didn't use the one in the RV when I would have it parked solid places sometimes. But mom gave me a porta potty one that you could go, it was like a little toilet you could go in, and then it went down into like a reservoir bucket thing that you could just take and you would like dump it in your own toilet in a house. But the place I was staying, I didn't want to go in that house because the friend, I liked the friend, but the other person that was there was scary. So I didn't want to go in and have to deal with any of that. So I actually just used like a little bucket and I'd go walk out in the woods and just dump it. And so that's kind of how I got that started. And like a lot of people that I talk to who live in the car do it the same way. Like they're all about their big cups. Like everybody has the cups and then like the garbage bag, like that's like kind of the thing. So like if you're living in your car, want to talk about, if you have some really good ideas or tips for me, let me know. That'd be fun. But yeah, so for back to the how long I've been doing it. So as far as like doing the videos and actually being in my car 100% like this, it's only been like 5 or 6 months. But I started doing the nomad thing back in 2019. I sold my house and my business and I bought the big RV. So I started with it was a 28-foot Bounder RV. Oh my god, I loved her so much. I named her the Betty Bounder after my grandma. And so I sold my house, and so I had only for a little while just the RV and my car. And for the first like 6 months, I took the RV and I drove from Washington. I went down to Oregon and stayed in Oregon for a couple weeks. And then I went over to Colorado and stayed in Colorado for a couple weeks. My brother lives in Boulder. And then I went up to Illinois because I had a friend off of the game I was playing at the time. I was playing Portal Quest, and so I was one of the leaders on the game, and so I like knew all the people, and so I went and drove around and met a bunch of people. So I went and hung out with her up in Illinois. I forget where she was exactly in Illinois, somewhere fancy. It was really pretty. And then from there, I went towards the East Coast. I went around all the Great Lakes with the RV. That was really fun. Stayed in some of those. Lake Erie, that was eerie. It really was. It was all foggy the whole time. That was cool. And then I went through, and like all along the way, I stopped at every single state and did something in every state. That was like 2019, right before the pandemic and stuff. So it's been a little while. I'll talk about it sometime more. But then I went over to New York, up in Buffalo, and met up with another buddy I met on the game. He's one of my absolute favorites. We're still friends. Him and his wife are just the sweetest. They took me to Niagara Falls. That was so cool. And I had Rue and my cat with me through this whole thing too, Roxy and Rue. It was really fun. My kitty and my rooster gotta go, and I'd walk my rooster because I'd have to pull over places and stuff. So I'd walk him, and people would want to take pictures and stuff. I'll miss him. Let's see. And then from New York, I went to Connecticut, and I actually had a friend that was from Connecticut, and we had met, and I've talked about him quite a few times. He was one that I met during the game, but not on the game. We met like on a site about like prevent suicide stuff. So him and me chatted, and he's the one that when I decided to go on the trip, we got back in touch again, and he messaged. So he actually flew to Washington, and then he did all the maintenance in the RV for me and went on the trip and everything. And then when we got back to Connecticut, I took him home and met his family and stuff. That was really fun because they didn't think we were going to be home for a couple days, and we surprised him and got to his house, and his brothers were there. We went in, and they were like, oh my God, because he'd been gone for like 3 months on this crazy trip with this chick he just met, you know? And so they were all excited. I piled them all up in the RV, and we drove to where his mom worked. She was a nurse's assistant or something at a hospital. And so we went in and actually filmed it. The brothers went in, they were like, hey, we got to see our mom. And they were like, okay. So they got her, and she came out not knowing what was going on. And then she saw my friend, and she started crying. So I got on video for him and gave that to him. That was, it was super fun. So hung out with them for a little bit. And then I went up to Massachusetts and hung out with another friend that I met on there. Oh my God, she's one of my favorites too. I just love her. I forgot to mention though, in Oregon too, that was like, I'll go back to there in a sec, but the friend that I met in Massachusetts, I stayed there for about 2 weeks to a month or so, and heard me got these matching tattoos. There's my, where we got, can you see it? I don't know. Anyway, that's from the Portal Quest. We got our diamonds because that was from the game, was that specific diamond. So that was fun. But yeah, I stayed there and did a bunch of stuff and all that. And then I drove the RV back to by myself. And then I drove it all the way back to Oregon and lived there for a little while, and got to see that friend again. So the friend that I met that was in Oregon on the first bit of my road trip is where I went into my, oh my gosh, my most favorite place in Oregon. Like, no joke, all the places I've been, this place in Oregon is still my absolute favorite. It's between Grants Pass and Gold Beach. There's this camp place. It's Daphne Grove out in the middle of just nowhere. And I almost didn't want to say it because I don't want everybody going and taking over my favorite place. But I'm gonna share it because it's the best place in the world. And you know, if you can go see it, go see it, because that is definitely a heaven on earth spot. Like, oh my gosh, I still have it in my phone marked as home, because like if I ever could, that's where I would go live. Is I'm just gonna go live in the forest, and if I can, I'm gonna pick a spot in Oregon and find me a spot and make my little pony town. And ooh, that's something I gotta make a video about my little pony town sometime too. But anyway, back to the how long I've been in the car. So I did that for like 6 months or so, and then I was in Oregon, and I lived on a peacock farm for a little while with the RV. And then I ended up getting I got a job that I went and interviewed and stuff for, and it was all legit. And then I got there, it ended up being really scary. So I had moved my RV there and kind of got trapped. So I ended up having to escape, which is how I found Shasta. But what was cool before I actually did that one, when I was on the peacock farm, I had interviewed for a place that was, it was an adult family home. They had a bunch of adult family homes, and they wanted me to run one of them. So it was going to be so cool. I was going to get to do, it was 3 days. You'd get there the morning on one day and stay from morning to night, and you'd stay the night, and then you'd stay a whole day, and then you'd do the next day, and then you'd leave at the end of the day. So, and then that's it. That's what you do once a week. So I was going to do that and then just camp for the rest of the days. But I don't know. I got offered a different job, and it just seemed really fun. And where the peacock farm was, like, the animals and the land was beautiful, but the lady that had the house was a little kind of not my favorite place to be. So I decided to take the job where I moved the RV, and I did that, and it was super fun. I'll talk about it sometime. Like, maybe I'll do a podcast and tell you guys about it. But like, it's one that I was pretty nervous about it for a while, like, because I had to escape. So I had a buddy that helped me, and I'd met him when I was in Oregon, and I was pretty close to Shasta anyway. And so he talked me into, he wanted to go camping on the mountains. So we drove all the way out there. We actually drove up on Shasta as far as you possibly can up in the mountain before you have to like start climbing it. So we went up as far as you could, went and parked, and then we just took our blankets and stuff and went out into the forest and found a spot and camped under the stars. It was super fun. And then we went and found a couple waterfalls. Oh my gosh, there's this one that there's just all around, it's coming all around the mountain, and then there's like this lake you can look out on. It's really pretty. And then when you keep walking, right up the road from where that's at, there's this big train trestle. And so we actually climbed up on this big ginormous thing, and you could look down at it. I have pictures from it still, and I ended up signing my name up on it. So I want to go back there eventually, but we'd already been there. And so he came up to where I was at and helped me, and we escaped back down there, and we kind of had sanctuary in Shasta for a couple weeks, and then took the RV, and he helped me get it. We went all the way back up to Spokane, and I ended up staying back up in Spokane for a while, still just in the RV. And then by then the pandemic and stuff, so I was still doing good because I was still in my RV and doing Instacart and stuff. And so I just kind of stuck around Spokane, and at that point the RV was just pretty much, she couldn't go any further. So I would just kind of park at different friends' houses and keep the RV there. But then I kept like leaving Spokane. So like since the pandemic, I've pretty much been nomaded up, like I said, in the RV, but then I would start doing just trips in the car. So like I went back to the East Coast quite a few times, and I ended up going down to Texas. That's why my car is Texas now, is I had a Prius, and one of the times because I hardly ever would stay in one spot. Like I'd like maybe 2 or 3 months in Spokane tops, because my mama wasn't doing so good. So I kept wanting to be there and help her. She had a couple heart attacks and stuff, which is kind of why I went back up, as was wanting to see her. But then I would just leave the RV places and pack up the car just like how it is now, and I would just go and do stuff for like a weekend to a week. So even though I wasn't doing it solid, I've been like pretty much the universe has been getting me ready for this since 2019 to do the car. So when I actually transitioned to just the car, it was no big, because I'd already been doing it. Like when I was down in Texas, that was pretty fun too. Like I don't really want to go back to Texas, no offense to anybody in Texas, but it was like it was okay. But yeah, my car broke down. The Prius broke down in New Mexico. And so I ended up having it towed down to Texas, and I got this car there, which worked out perfect. That's another thing the universe hooked me up with too, is because this car just happened to be one I could afford, and it's a really good car. And it just happens that it's got all the stuff I need to do this specific adventure, which happens to be like 2 years after I got the car. Like, I wasn't super thrilled that the windows were extremely tinted, because I like to look out and see all this stuff. But now it works out good, because since I'm sleeping in it and stuff, it's good that people can't see in. And then like, oh, the locking that it has, when you're inside the car, if you lock it, it has an alarm on it. So if anybody tries to break in, it just starts going off. So that's a feature that I didn't know I was going to need. And like, oh man, I could just keep going on and on. But like, all of this has just been set up for me to do this. And so that's why I'm sharing so much of it, is so you guys can see how it kind of trickled down to pushing me to here. So yeah, let's see what else. Was there any other questions? I think that's all for now. but yeah, I'll definitely make one on the new earth stuff and angels and dreams and all that. And I'll make a part 2 to this to show you guys how it all ends up working out and everything. It'll be super fun. But yeah, so for now, I'm just going to kind of stick around this area. And then as I'm getting signs to move, I will. Because I'm really feeling like I'll be leaving California eventually. But what's nice about doing Instacart in California is it's the only state, the only one in all 50 states that will get you up to at least minimum wage. So like I was saying, you only get $7 per order, and then whatever tips you get. Luckily, they don't count that as part of it. But so they will put it up to minimum wage. Plus I get a little extra gas because I'm at like the platinum level. So like, say it takes me an hour to do one for the $7. I think it's like they do like up to $16 now as minimum wage. So I would get another like $11. And then every Thursday they calculate all this. And then Thursday I'll get another amount that comes through. So like last week, I think I made like $130 or something like that. And then Thursday I ended up getting another like $70 to make up for any of to make it. No other states do that. So like any other state, I would have just got that 130 and I wouldn't have even made, so I would have lost $70 worth to even get insurance, to get minimum wage. So like when you're working at a regular job in a store and you get at least minimum wage. And then the thing is with Instacart is so since technically I'm working for myself, it's not a job. So I have to do my own like W-2s and stuff, or it's not a W-2, I forget what it's called. W-2 is when you're at an actual, one of those kind of jobs and they do it for you as a W-2. But the one that I would do, for my taxes to hold it and stuff, it's ridiculous. So you end up paying like almost half of what you make goes back to taxes. And then Social Security, when you're working a job, stores and stuff will pay half of it, and then you only pay half of it. But when you're doing your own business, like, because this is Instacart, anybody who does Instacart, they're self-employed. So you have to pay full Social Security. So you have to, like, every paycheck, you have to like save half of it, because then you have to pay that back at the end, which is super dumb. So eventually I won't have to do that anymore. But that's another reason why I've stuck around California, is because I'm able to make way more with the Instacart here. So I've been hoping to like make a nice big chunk before I actually head anywhere, because then anytime I'm doing Instacart, it's going to make me feel cruddy, because I'm going to be like, man, I'm doing all this work and I'm not even going to get paid the minimum wage. So I don't want to have that mindset, because I don't want to have bad thoughts. I want to keep it on good thoughts. So I've been sticking around California for the Instacart. So but anyway, if you guys have any more questions, because this was just kind of all over the place. I got up this morning and had those fun questions on my video from yesterday. I was like, oh, I want to make that. And then I realized I wasn't able to be making a bunch of other videos that I didn't have the storage. So I got all excited to go ahead and finish this one up. And so my ideas have been kind of like all over the place. So if you guys have any questions, I'll answer more stuff, and I'll keep doing them podcasts. And if you guys want to do one of those and talk about any of this with me, I'd love to do it. I'll, since I'm just using my phone, the easiest way is if I call you, we do a video chat, and I'll screen record it, and then we could post that. That'd be super fun. So yeah, let me know if you want to do that, or if I am in your area and you want to do a video with me on here and do an adventure one, we can go do something fun. I'd really like to start seeing like your guys' heavens. I want this to transition into, so just a little blurb about the heaven on earth. We're already heaven on earth, guys. It's just a matter of keeping up that vibration, and then that 3D stuff is going to just start going away. All that bad stuff you're seeing is going to just start kind of going away. And so the new earth thing, where was I going with this? I don't even remember. My point is just that it's all working out. We're already there. It's just a matter of doing it. So what I want this to transition to is, as everybody's realizing we're in the new earth and this is our heavens, I want this to turn into, as I'm traveling around, I want to go around and see your heaven. So we'll still talk about weird stuff, but it's just going to be like our own weird stuff. So I'll go around, I'll see your heaven and your favorite stuff, and we can show other people, like whatever you want to show, like of whatever stuff you're doing. We'll give a shout out to whatever, like if you're like doing art or something and have it on Etsy, we'll do a shout out for your Etsy or like anything like that. But I'd love to just go around and see everybody's cool stuff, and we can show it to each other. And just, I figure as we're doing it and other people are going, oh, this is heaven on earth already, then other people will start doing it too, and then it'll be like that everywhere. So I don't know if there's going to be an actual like shift where we all just like wake up one day and it's different, or like if spaceships are going to come get us, or I don't know if that's going to happen, or if it's more like we just kind of go, oh, it's already here. And then like the 3D stuff around us is just going to kind of start changing, because that's what's been happening for me, guys. Like anytime there's stuff that seems bad and I go, nope, it's not, it's all good, by the next day things just kind of start changing around me for the good. So like I said, I'll do another video about that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, put them on here, or you can go see me on my Instagram at TeeKeeChick44, TeeKeeChick44. Go over there, and I've got post pictures of my art, and when I'm traveling around, I'll post pictures of pretty stuff I'm seeing when I don't have time to do a whole video about it. And then you can message me on there. That's where I can communicate with you the best. So anyway, guys, it's been fun. I'll get you updated on stuff and have my part 2 out at some point. We'll see. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.